All right, so I've spent a lot of money on Facebook ads, not quite as much on TikTok, but it's a platform we're scaling super heavily right now, spending about $40,000 a day across a few different brands. Now, I wanna actually show you the sales here inside of one of these stores. I've already shown this once, I believe, depending on when this is being posted. So far, almost at like 3K today. This is actually like super upsetting. And I'm gonna break down why. Because this store, I'm gonna break this down and show you a monthly chart here, was doing over $10,000 a day. And if you're running TikTok ads, this video is for you. I've noticed that TikTok, Facebook never had this issue because they just wanna take your money. TikTok sometimes will randomly just stop spending on your ads. And I'm not talking about when you're first launching and you have spending issues, that's another problem. And by the way, how you fix that is just relaunch, change the budgets a little bit, maybe go in and directly change the budget, open up your audiences so they're targeting a bigger, broader audience. Those are some things you can do, but here's the monthly view on this store. So I'm gonna show you kind of why I'm upset on this and what happened. This is the store that I'm doing a 45-day challenge type deal on, where I wanna scale it to 100,000 a day in 40 days. So we've gotten to 10,000 a day in like the first like 8 days, which is great, but you can see it died. Yesterday, right there, you can see today's sales so far. Yesterday was like $1,000. And it was $1,060, which is really upsetting because it only spent a couple $100. So out of like the $4,000 a day in ad spend that was scheduled, it only spent like $400 or $500. So the ad performance had dropped itself and it stopped spending money. Now, here's how you solve that problem. So far today, we are somewhat back on track. They're still not back to 100% spending. We'll probably do 5.5K today, 6K. Later in the day is always the bigger sales volume for this brand. And yes, this is a brand, it's not dropshipped. I'll talk more about it in the next update. By the way, drop a like if you like, simple little lower quality, like, but just basic updates that are just like open and honest. Because if you're having this problem, here's how you solve it. Number one, instantly reach out to TikTok support. Thankfully, TikTok has support, unlike Facebook that is absolutely terrible. So I reached out to support multiple times, multiple tickets, dumping it in. If you have a rep, this account has not been assigned to an advertising rep yet. If you have a representative's contact info, blow them up, not like in a rude way, but very strict and stern, and just seriously hit them up and get the problem solved. Every single time, this happened to me twice, so I have 2 points of data for this. Every time they're gonna say, there is no problem. There's no problem with your ads. Oh, maybe you should try this optimizing performance thing. Maybe you should try opening up your audience. Oh, you got too many ad groups inside your campaign. I told the person, I'm like, there's no problem with having 15 ad groups in a campaign. What? And they're just being idiots, for lack of better terms. And it's really frustrating. They're gonna continue telling you there's no problems. But about on that second day when they reply, suddenly the spend starts coming back. So it looks like they do some sort of internal review or something happens. They'll never admit it is what I think, but reach out to support. And one thing I also do, I go in, I change some budgets, I turn off a bunch of stuff, and I launch new stuff inside of a new campaign. So that's how I try to get some spending back on track. Again, today so far, I'll turn the brightness down so it'll focus in a little bit easier here. You can see today should do probably, I'd say 5. Let me focus this in here. Again, later in the day is always the bigger sales volume, but decent consistency, and the margin is not as good. So it's just like what used to happen on Facebook, where Facebook would disable your ad account a few days later. I think it's the same thing. They're ripping Facebook off. A few days later, Facebook would re-enable your ad account, and guess what would happen? It would always get re-enabled at like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night, spend through your full budget. So for me, it would spend like $30,000, and the results wouldn't be the $80,000 I'm used to, it'd be like 20 or 30,000. So I'd actually lose like $15,000. That's the same thing that's happening today. Today, the spend is back, but it's spent about $3,000 doing 3,000 in sales, so probably lost 800 bucks. So we'll see what happens, because later in the day, it might dilute out because it's usually our better sales time, but ridiculous. Kind of annoying, kind of frustrating. So to summarize this short, simple video, by the way, drop a like if you appreciate these. And if you have any questions, comments, or even issues with TikTok, please let me know, because I'm actually talking with one of their higher level representatives that, based on the amount of money we're spending across multiple accounts, and it's under an agency ad account, they're actually gonna let me talk to somebody who's a little higher level, who apparently is supposed to be able to consult on some of these issues on a more in-depth level versus their level 1 representatives. So super excited for that. If there's any questions you want me to ask, I'm gonna be drilling them, asking a bunch of things. I might even record the call if they allow me to it and post some of it. But let me know anything in the comment section down below. The simple solution is turning off a bunch of your spend and relaunching it inside of a new campaign and directly adjusting the ad spend. Now, obviously, also make sure that your billing is not a problem. That's the first thing I did. Went through all the settings. No issue with the billing, obviously not. No issue with anything like that. So I just like to double check. Those are some things you should do. So yeah, I just wanted to make this quick update because it's about 3 o'clock. I've been fielding all these little fires and issues over the last couple days dealing with this brand because it's causing a little bit of problems. So nonetheless, hoping to get the sales back on track. bike here by tomorrow. That should be the plan, so a little 3-day delay. So that'll put us back at about 38 days left, give or take, to hit $100,000 a day. So excited for it. I'll keep you updated along this process. And yeah, with that being said, I'm headed off to the gym. Hope you're having a great day. Make sure to drop a like. See you in the next one.